today I'm going to be talking to you. It's going to be kind of story time, and I'm going to be making a couple of confessions and telling you what mistakes I did when I first started trying to launch this online business that I'm currently doing. And so I just want to share with you the mistakes that I did, this, the things that I learned, and that way maybe you can avoid wasting a few years of your time, because I did end up wasting about 2.5 years of my time. Hello, Julia. I was scrolling through and seeing this intriguing video. Yeah, hopefully it's something that you'll like and it interests you. But I'm gonna share today what mistakes I did, the confessions. Gonna be doing a few confessions about the stuff that I did wrong when I was barely going to start my online business, my online art business. So I have 11 failed businesses, and I'm going to talk about what those are, why I think those failed. I'm going to give you a few tips if you want to start your own online business, whether it's, if you're a creative and want to do an art online business or something that relates to your craft or whatever you love to do. And even if it's not craft related or art related, if you just want to launch an online business, these tips are also for you. So stick around, because I'm going to be making a bunch of confessions of all the things that I did wrong. Like, I absolutely failed in a ton of things. Now that I can see backwards, I can let you know what it is that, where I messed up. And oh, you're also an artist and have several failed online businesses as well. Let me know if you have, are you currently making money online with whatever business you're doing at the moment, or are you still kind of at that failed stage? So let me know in the comments, because I'd love to know where you're at. So anyways, let me kind of tell you my story. Let's start with story time about the failed businesses. What they were all, what all of those businesses were, and some of those websites are still up and running, so you can go check them out, and you'll see that I'm not lying about all these stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you. So first of all, I started kind of this online journey in about 2017. Okay, so 2017 was April 2017 was kind of when I started trying to go online, and I just didn't know how. Like, it's when I started dabbling with the idea that I wanted to do something online, make money online. I had no clue how, had no clue what I was gonna do, but that's when I kind of started with that idea. Let me see the live chat here. Oh, you started a Facebook page and have a YouTube channel, but you're afraid to film. Okay, we're going to talk about that too. Hopefully, if I don't, remind me, and just, if for some reason I forget about that, I can talk about that a little bit as well. So anyways, I started doing YouTube videos in 2017, but it was not this channel, okay? It was a completely different channel. And I started doing just like random videos, because I didn't have a niche. I didn't know what I wanted my channel to focus on or be. So I started just doing videos on smoothies, weight loss, recipes. I talked about self-esteem. I even uploaded videos where I record music videos, and so I uploaded some of those videos. I did a video about fitness tips and a skin firming oil. So it was just like all over the place, okay? Initially I thought this was gonna be my channel where I wanted to lift women up, where they could feel beautiful, but feel beautiful spiritually, but also externally. And so I just wanted to share self-esteem tips and beauty tips and eating habits and just like all of these things. But it just didn't feel right. Like, I just couldn't figure out how to convey that idea to other people. And I also didn't know if I wanted to do this in English or Spanish, because English is not my first language. And so I thought maybe, doing it in Spanish would be a better idea. But I started with English. Then, so I started doing these videos, right, on YouTube 2017, but it was just random videos. And then at the same time, around the same time, I started a blog on blogger.com. That is still up. I went and checked up today, that, because I had no clue if it was still up and running. I couldn't remember if I had turned it off but it's still there. You can still go check it. And it's beyondearthlybeauty.blogspot.com. And that one, I started posting there in April 28th, 2017. And again, it was just like these also random posts. I didn't do very many, because then I decided that probably that was not the best platform. And so I decided that I was going to do a Wix website. So that one just kind of has maybe like 5 blog posts or something like that. So then but while I was still on Blogger, I actually made up a different website, which is called nutsaboutsshakes.blogspot.com. And that one, I was originally thinking about sharing ideas about, healthy shakes, healthy drinks that people could do to just live a healthier life. But that one I just didn't go any further with that one. So I just did the blog, but never actually posted anything. So that it's still there, but doesn't have anything on there, no content. Then, like I said, I decided, okay, I'm gonna go to Wix, because I think that would be a better platform. Blogger.com was not, I couldn't do a lot. Like the look that I wanted to go for with my website, it was just not, it didn't have the tools, and it didn't allow me to do a lot of modifications. So I was just kind of stuck with a theme, and I wanted to be able to customize my blog a lot more. So I thought, okay, Wix.com is free. I can probably do that. I didn't want to waste money, because I had no clue at that time what options were available. So I went to Wix, and that one is still up again. Like that website, it's still up and running. It's at loidaefajardo.wixsite.com/beyondearthlybeauty. And that one, again, I transferred the content from the blogger.com blog into this Wix site, and I made it a little bit better, like in the sense that I connected it to my Facebook account, to my YouTube channel. And my goal was that I could do YouTube videos and have this blog, this website where people could, be sent back and forth. But again, I just didn't know, like, I still had no clue what I was doing. So then finally, like, I found Miles Beckler. So Miles Beckler was the guy, because I was trying to find information on YouTube about how to do this online business. I had no clue. So I had to start from scratch, from zero, had no idea how to make money online at all. Like, I was a newbie in all senses of the word, like no experience at all. So I found Miles Beckler while I was looking through all those YouTube channels, and I found a video where he suggested that if I was going to go that route, having a website, I had to have it on WordPress, because it was just going to be better for me to drive traffic to my website. That a Wix website was not going to cut it, that I needed to invest in a real WordPress website where I could start getting organic traffic from Google. So I took the plunge. He even had a video where he explained how to do a website. So that was super helpful, because I had no clue. So I just followed step by step, doing all the steps that he did, and got my website up and running. Again, I was newbie, so it was a huge learning curve for me. It was just like a monumental thing for me to accomplish, getting a website up and running, because I just didn't know what the heck, how to even do that. So, but he had this step-by-step tutorial, so I did it, got it up and running. And so that website is Beyond Earthly. Well, I actually thought, this is where I kind of pivoted, and I decided I'm just gonna focus on the Hispanic market. I'm gonna do all in Spanish, because I feel like that is a market that is not very tapped into. So I want to just help the Hispanic people. And since there's not a lot of people out there doing, websites in Spanish, and especially what I wanted to do, I thought this is just gonna make me money, right? So I went with the Hispanic market, and I started doing this website, which is called bellezaYsaludcelestial.com. So anyways, I did that one, and that's when I started focusing on doing the YouTube videos and the website in Spanish. And I chose a niche, okay? So I chose the keto niche. So I started working on that one not full-time, because I started working on this art website at the same time. So let me tell you, let me just go over the notes, because it's been has been a very funky road, and I had to go back to my websites to kind of figure out, and my YouTube channels to kind of figure out the dates of when it is that I started, when I switched to doing one thing or the other. So in 2017, like I said, I did all these Blogger and Wix and YouTube random videos. Then in 2018, August, so about a year later, so I spent about a year learning everything that I could about how to start up an online business, not really practicing. I mean, I did start practicing, because I did a few blog posts here and there and videos, but I was mostly like focused on watching tons of videos and learning and trying to figure out how to make all this work. And so finally in 2018, when I found Miles Beckler, everything started to get a little bit more clear. And so I decided, okay, this is the time when I actually need to start a website and start focusing and doing blog posts. So I started my website in 2018. And at the same time that I started this WordPress website in 2018, I started a YouTube, well, the YouTube channel was already going, right? The keto channel, the health and wellness channel, but I turned it into a keto channel. So that's when I started making videos about keto and writing blog posts about keto in my new WordPress website. That was August 2018. But I also had another niche that I was just so in love with, and I just didn't know which of the two routes to take. So I decided I'm gonna do both. And this is where I started the loveacrylicpainting.com website. And I started also a YouTube channel for the painting side of, this website. So now I had two YouTube channels and two websites, two WordPress websites. And I still had kind of no clue how to make money online. I was just kind of following Miles Beckler's advice. And since I didn't know, I couldn't choose between the two. Like, I really loved the health and wellness niche, but I also loved the painting, and I just didn't know what to choose. So I decided to do both. That was a big mistake, and we'll talk about that in just a bit. But that was one of the biggest mistakes, because I wasn't focusing on one, and I wasn't making progress, because I was trying to do two YouTube channels. So everything, from start to finish, recording videos, editing videos, doing the thumbnails, trying to post consistently, then also trying to write blog posts and manage a website, not one website, two websites, trying to manage two websites. And it was just incredibly insane. And so that's where the Love Acrylic Painting website kind of fell behind the wagon, and I started mostly focusing on the keto website and the keto YouTube channel, because I just couldn't do both. So I started doing just the keto and left the Love Acrylic Painting website on the side and the YouTube channel on the side. So that's why you can kind of see that I started my Love Acrylic Painting YouTube channel in 2018, but only posted maybe like 5 videos, and then it kind of went silent for a while, and then I restarted that back in, let me see, I can't remember when I restarted. I'm trying to look at my notes here. 20, so I started going full-time again in February 2021. So kind of from 2018 to 2021, I was just not doing much on the Love Acrylic Painting website and the Love Acrylic Painting YouTube channel. So that was a crucial mistake. And it was crucial because that was when the acrylic pouring was barely starting to pick up. And if I had gotten on that bandwagon there and just run with it, my channel would just have exploded and my website would have tons more traffic. But I missed that opportunity because I went with the keto channel, thinking that that was the best route, because it was not a very tapped market. Like there were not so many YouTube channels about keto in Spanish, not very many websites, maybe just like 1 or 2 websites that talked about keto in Spanish. And so I thought that was the better route. And even though I saw signs of life in my Love Acrylic Painting website, I kind of dismissed them, and I did not pay attention to those signals, and I did not take advantage of those signals that could have otherwise helped me be a lot further in this journey now. So now that I have these 2 YouTube channels, 2 websites, okay, the other crucial mistake I did was that I started dabbling with other ideas. So I had the shiny syndrome, which, if you haven't heard about that, that means that as soon as you hear someone on YouTube talking about, oh, this new way of making money, you go running for it and you try that idea. And then you hear someone else, oh no, this is the best way to do it. And so now you go and try that, right? And so since I was still learning, I was still watching lots of YouTube videos, trying to figure out how to make money online. And so I always fell into this trap that someone talked about something and I was like, oh, maybe that's the way, or no, this is probably the way. And so I would always jump from one thing to another. So there's air blowing everywhere and my hair is blowing on my mouth. Even though I had my 2 YouTube channels established and 2 websites, and that was still a lot of work, and I couldn't work on both at the same time. For some reason, I thought that I had time to dabble into some other ideas. So these are all the other failed businesses that I have, okay? Because I started dabbling with, I wanted to do a YouTube channel and a website where I could talk to Hispanic people and kind of teach them what I was learning along my journey of making money online. So I was thinking about learning how to make money online and then passing those tips on, right? And that didn't go very far. I just opened up the YouTube channel. I think I did 1 video, and then I made a website. So I wasted a ton of time making this website and only posted maybe just 1 blog post, something like that. That died pretty soon. And then I moved on and I dabbled with the idea of running ads for people on Facebook. Okay, so there was this guy that said, oh, you can make tons of money by running ads for other people. All you have to do is this. And so he was so convincing that I just took the plunge and I started doing that. So I wasted a ton of time trying to figure that out, trying to learn Facebook ads. And I did even Facebook ads for a few people, and I was a fail. I failed at that. And even though it was a good learning experience, because I got to learn how Facebook works, and if I want to do my own Facebook ads right now, I can figure that out because I learned it back then. That was not a successful business. I didn't make money from it other than the money that my brother-in-law paid me to kind of dabble with the idea and do an ad for him. So for that, I just opened up a Facebook page, and just that kind of died off. And then I was like, oh, I saw this guy that was making money by just selling pet supplies. So I did actually open up another Facebook page and kind of dabbled with the idea of doing Facebook ads, trying to sell pet accessories. Again, that died pretty fast. Didn't continue with that. And then I opened up an Acrylic website for selling truck parts. Okay, so I think this idea came because my husband wanted to launch his own online business, and so I thought, okay, maybe I can help him do that, and we can do it together. So I opened up an Acrylic website, found a place where I can do drop shipping for parts, truck parts, even came up with logos. So I'm doing all of this by myself, okay? Making up the logos and building up the websites, or opening up the Facebook pages or YouTube channels, and trying to come up with all these ideas and learning at the same time. And so obviously that my husband was like, no, I don't like that idea. So then that died off. Didn't even get to, I wasted time just building the website, the shop, and finding the place where I could source these products from. But that didn't really, I didn't start selling anything on that website, on that shop. And so then I started also a website which is called backyardsizzle.com. That is still up and running. I did 6 blog posts on that website, and that was a website where I thought about being an affiliate website where I could recommend backyard stuff, like stuff for grilling and stuff for like fire pits, so grilling, fire pits, anything that had to do with the cooking or having a fun time in the backyard. And I just couldn't continue that because I don't have time. I had these other websites that I was trying to grow and YouTube channels, and I just didn't have time for the backyard sizzle, even though it seemed great. And the reason I started that, let me tell you the reason, is because I thought that would be a better niche, because the potential, like the products, would cost a lot more money, right? So like art supplies are not that expensive. So even if I recommend art supplies, I don't make a lot of revenue, because like a paint might cost $10, or a brush, a set of brushes might cost $20. So the price points of these recommended products, it was not great. And so people would have to buy a ton of these items for me to make a decent revenue. So then I thought maybe going, with a niche that has products that are higher priced, like grills or smokers or pits, this would be better. But I'm not a fan of that. So it was kind of boring, for me to write blog posts about these products, because it was not something that I enjoyed. So I was not enjoying the process of writing articles for this. And so that idea kind of died off again. It's still, the website is still there. I have no clue how much traffic I have because it's only 6 blog posts. But, I decided to just leave it there in case someone wants to purchase it in the future, or maybe I want to sell it, or once these are up and running, maybe I can continue that, or my son-in-law maybe wants to, write blog posts for that website. I don't know. I did not want to get rid of it. So, because I just like the word, the domain name, Backyard Sizzle. So I left it and it's still there. Then I was not being very successful. So here's what was happening. I was dabbling with all these ideas, I was just wasting time, doing all these things. And so I was not focusing enough on the other two websites that I had. And even though I was being consistent with doing YouTube videos for the keto YouTube channel and doing blog posts for the keto website, my income was just not, I was not making money. Like, I made courses, I recommended products, and I was just not making money. I was getting views on YouTube channel, but I was just not making money, and I was just wasting all this time, and I was not seeing the profits come in. And it's not that I that I only care about money, but when you're doing this and investing so much energy, you want to see at least some kind of revenue come in. And my husband was getting really upset because I was spending hours and hours sitting on a computer doing all these videos and recipes and buying stuff and recording videos, and I was just not seeing the income. And he was just thinking, okay, you're wasting your time. And that was, I think, what hit me the most, because my husband was just, he wasn't trying to be mean, but in his eyes, what I was trying to do was just a waste of time. And he just wanted me to get a real job. And you'll hear that a lot of people tell you, get a real job, because you're just wasting your time. And so that really hurt. Him telling me that I'm just wasting my time. I should really be looking for a full-time job, like a real job. And him, looking at what I was doing as not real work was really hurtful, because I was investing a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it was my soul. Like, I was putting all my soul and energy into that project, and someone telling me that I was just wasting my time, that it was not real work, was really hurtful. And so that's when I started dabbling with another idea. And so I started thinking, okay, maybe I need to look at other stuff that is making money. And so I found this close friend. He's not a close friend. He's someone that we just know, right? But a close friend of ours, he knows this person, and then he told us about his great success in the Hispanic market. But he was selling Mexican items, fun Mexican items, and that seemed like so fun, because I am Mexican. And so this idea of just doing fun stuff that people will enjoy, and having to do with my heritage, just seems so fun. And so if he was having success, that meant that I could have success, right? So then I started dabbling, and I opened up another website called tanmexican.com. And so that is still up and running as well. And I started selling print on demand products. So like mugs, t-shirts, stuff that I could just design on Canva, and then put it on a t-shirt and then sell that. And I didn't have to worry about the inventory, about buying and spending money on inventory that wouldn't sell. And so that seemed like a great idea. And I did sell a few things, stickers and a few t-shirts, and mugs I did not sell. But I still launched it, and it didn't go very far, because I feel like I didn't invest the time that I needed to get this, up and running, because I just didn't have enough time. I was trying to grow 2 sites, 2 websites, 2 YouTube channels, plus this other, Mexican store website. And I just didn't have the time to invest in growing all of them appropriately. And let me know if you have questions, okay? By any that I'm saying here resonates with you, because I'm pretty sure that, you know, a bunch of these mistakes are being made by a ton of people out there, a ton of entrepreneurs, and you don't see them until you kind of look backwards. That's why I wanted to share them with you, so that you don't fall into these traps. So we're still not done with my websites, okay? So I opened up that website in October. So the backyardsizzle.com was opened up in August 23rd, 2019. Then I opened up the donemexican.com in October 10th, 2020. And then I helped my daughter open up another website, which is enchantingabby, with 2 B's.com. And I just opened it up because she wanted to do something on her own, and so she started doing lip glosses. So I opened up an Etsy shop for her, and a WordPress website. And my hope was that she could, you know, do these lip glosses and sell them. But she was too young, and she just, it was, if someone was going to be doing or managing that website, it would have had to be me. And so she just did the lip glosses, but we took a few pictures, and I think she sold like 1 or 2, but other than that, like, she was not really invested. It was me that I wanted to make money, and so I thought maybe I could use her and we could both do it, but she was not invested in it. She was too young, and so I couldn't get her to take pictures or do the lip glosses, and so it was just more of a fun thing for her to do, but not really as a business. So that was another failed business that I decided I'm just gonna let it go, because I don't have time and I don't want to. Doing lip glosses is not my thing. So that's another one. And then another one that is not a failed business, but I also did it at the same time that I was trying to do all these other things, was a website for my husband for his construction tile business setting business. Yeah, so that took time. Again, I spent time that I could have spent doing my other stuff, helping him build his own website. And even though, like I said, that's not a failed business, he still has that website up and running, and I'm glad I did it for him, but it was just a little bit of time that it took from my projects. So again, okay, I'm done with the websites that I built, and let me just kind of tell you what happened from this point on. So I decided on February 2020 February 2020, I decided that I was going to start working more on the Love Acrylic Painting website and on the Love Acrylic Painting YouTube channel, because I saw some signs of life. So I made this course where I taught people how to do acrylic pouring, and it was up and running on my website, and 2 people bought it. And I was like, shoot, like, this course is up there. Like, I have a sales page for this course, but the course is not even made. So it was just like I was testing things, I was testing if people would buy it. And so 2 people ended up buying it, and the course was not made. And I was like, shoot, now what do I do? Like, what do I tell these people? They paid for it, and it's not even, like, it's not ready. So I decided I was just gonna do it. So I did the course, told them to wait for me for a little bit because it was not available at the moment, and so they waited. The first course, actually, I refunded because I thought it was just a fluke, and so I didn't want to invest all the time in making the course, and so I refunded her the money. Then the second one, when the second one rolled in, I was like, shoot, now maybe people do want it. Maybe people do want to buy this course. I think I need to do the course. So that's when I started doing the course. And that was in about 20, let's see, 20, that was in 2019 or beginning of 2020. And so in February 2020, that's when I decided to start focusing more on doing more blog posts and more YouTube videos on my YouTube channel and my website. But at the same time, I was still doing the keto. I did not want to let that go. So I just did not have enough time. And so I was still working on both, but not really investing the time that I needed on this painting website. So finally, in 2021, February 2021, so barely about a year and a half, I decided to let the keto website go and the keto YouTube channel go, because I just was not seeing any income despite all the efforts that I was putting into it. And I was seeing these life signals popping up, you know, the traffic coming in to the painting website, traffic that I was having such a hard time bringing into the other website, to the keto website. And I was seeing people purchase a course in a website that barely had any traffic. And this other website that had tons more traffic, people were not buying my courses. So I started seeing this very distinct thing that was going, like, you know, this website where I was investing a ton of time was not being profitable. And this other website where I was not really doing much was actually making some profit. So I decided, okay, what if I just invest all my energy into this painting website? And that's what I did. And that's when I decided to let go of my keto website and my YouTube channel. It was a hard decision, but I just stopped making videos altogether, stopped making blog posts altogether, and decided the painting website was going to be my whole focus. So I barely have about a year and a half where I've been actually working nonstop and focused on this painting website. So let me tell you, so that's about 2.5 years of wasted time, because I did not pick a niche, because I tried to do a ton of things at the same time, because I was dabbling in so many things and just trying to spread myself too thin. And so it was 2.5 years that I could have grown this painting channel that were just kind of wasted. And so let me tell you the things that I learned from all of those mistakes, all of that dabbling here and there. So first of all, first thing I learned is pick a niche. One niche, okay? Pick one. Pick the one that you love the most and just go with it for at least 2 years, okay? Don't look back. Run with it for at least 2 years, 2 solid years, until you can say, this doesn't work. Because that's kind of what I did with the keto. It was about 2 years that I was doing keto videos, keto stuff, and for some reason, I changed, my sales tactics. I learned copywriting. I did challenges. I sold different courses at different price points. I tried everything that I could think of, and nothing worked. And I still, to this day, I have a slight clue of why. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure why it didn't. I think it just had to do with trust, with building trust. Because us as Hispanics, we have a very hard time with trusting people. We have a very hard time, not me, but like the older generation, they have a very hard time purchasing stuff online. They'd rather pay someone cash or have a class in person, but they don't really, they're not still that technically advanced that they would know how to do an online course and pay something online. They're just very skeptical. So I think that's where the mistake was, and I just couldn't see it back then when I was starting that on that niche. So so I think that's why that's why I think there's not a lot of websites in Spanish or YouTube channels in Spanish that are profitable, because Hispanic people, the older generation, are very skeptical and they do not purchase online, okay? And I just thought that it was a lack of people doing websites, and I think it's mostly because people have tried it and seen that it's not profitable, so they go and do websites in a different language, in Spanish, French, or whatever. So anyways, that was just my 2 cents on that. But my first tip is pick a niche and run with it for a solid 2 years. Do not dabble with any other ideas. Do not get distracted by the shiny object syndrome, okay? Do not look at other shiny objects. Just pick a niche, something that you love doing, and focus on it for a solid 2 years. If after 2 years you see that for some reason it's not making money, and you've actually put in the effort and it's still not making money, then maybe it's time to switch to something else. But don't do it before then, because otherwise you could have just jumped out of that or left that niche, or that niche would have not been profitable just because you didn't invest the time that you needed to. And that's one of the things that I kind of learned with the other niches. Like, all the other ones could have been profitable, like the Mexican store, the backyard sizzle website, the money advice website. All of those could have been, like, I guess, good websites or profitable websites, but I just didn't invest the time, and I was just not focusing on those things just on by themselves, so I couldn't make them grow. So they were a failure, not because they are a failure by it's just because I didn't invest the time that I needed to. So pick one niche, go with it, full time, full speed, invest all your energy in that one niche for a solid 1 to 2 years, okay? If you don't see profits by then, or signs of life that it could become profitable, then switch to something else. Second thing I learned was go all in on one strategy. Because again, I was dabbling with all these ideas, and I didn't have, at first I just didn't have the knowledge that I needed to know what a strategy was. So a strategy is like the plan. What is your plan to make this thing grow? How are you going to go about it? How are you going to drive traffic? What are you going to sell? So pick one strategy and just stick with it, because there's tons of strategies out there, and they can all be profitable. But if you're just dabbling with one and the other, you're just not gonna make any money. So let me give you an idea of what strategy I would use if I was a beginner. So I shared in one of my other live videos the Art U strategy. But this is a strategy that you can apply in different ways. So let me tell you how I would go about it. So the ART strategy stands for, the A stands for audience, the R stands for revenue system, the T stands for trust, and the U, even though it's not part of the strategy, it's more of a unique element that you need to add to your strategy to make your business profitable. I decided to add it there because I think it was very important. And so that's kind of why the U is a little bit on the side, but I do want you to focus on the ART, on the ART strategy. So let me go over that. So audience. How are you going to get your audience? You need to get traffic some way, somehow. And so you can get traffic in a tons of ways. And I'm not going to go over every single way because You can watch that other video, the Art You strategy video, and that will go into more details. But you can get either paid traffic or organic traffic. I didn't have the money to get paid traffic, so I decided to go the organic route. But then here's my mistake. Instead of just choosing one source where I could get traffic from one source and just focus on that one thing, I dabbled with, I just wanted to be seen everywhere. I wanted to be on YouTube, on Instagram, on Pinterest, on driving traffic through blog posts and through ads. So I wanted to do everything, and that was my crucial mistake, because I just couldn't do everything at the same time. So I was not seeing on YouTube because I wasn't posting enough. I was being seen on Instagram because I probably just opened up the account, wasn't even posting there because of time constraints. Facebook, I didn't have enough time to do that, and also do blog posts. So I was just pushing myself to the limits and not doing one thing good enough, okay? And so that's the mistake. So just choose one thing. Do you want to drive traffic from Facebook, or from Instagram, or from YouTube videos, or from blog posts? Or do you just want to pay for ads? Whatever it is that you choose, just pick one and run with it. Like I said, do that full time, full speed, and just publish like crazy. If you choose YouTube, do YouTube videos like crazy. If you choose blog posts, publish blog posts very consistently. And so I would start with blog post or YouTube channel, one of those two things. If I was a beginner, probably blog post would be my number one way to do it. Then the R is for a revenue system. So now you need to think of a way to make a profit. You need to have a revenue system in place. So how are you going to make your money? Are you going to make your money by putting ads on your website, or are you going to make money by recommending affiliate products, or are you going to make money by selling your own courses or your own products? So again, choose one, just one, and that's going to be part of your strategy. So in my case, I would either start with my own product, my own course, or just being an affiliate and recommending other people's courses or other people's products. But I would just choose one and then just do that full time. Eventually you'll start adding more and more, right? You could do affiliate, and then later when you're comfortable with that, you can now start selling your own courses. But at the beginning, just pick one and do that. Do that as for like a solid 1 year maybe, or 6 months at the least, before you start introducing other types of revenues to your strategy. And then the T stands for trust. So how do you build trust? Well, you need trust from you. So the way that you build trust is, the easiest way for me that I know of, is building an email list and then emailing your people consistently. So I would do that if I was a beginner. Just do that. You can also do maybe like live videos, and that would help build trust. But if you want a way to reach your customers or your potential customers in a easier way, I think email marketing or sending emails would be the best way. So I would start building an email list and sending emails. So that would be my strategy. I would do blog posts. I would recommend products, affiliate products, or do my own courses. And I would gather an email list and email them like crazy, not like crazy, but email them consistently. And that's how I would approach my strategy, okay? That's how I would do it if I was a beginner. Now, this is not the only way. You can, like I said, you can choose whatever path you want, but make sure that you just choose one of each. One way to get your audience, one way to get your traffic, your trust, how to build the trust from your people, one way to make money, and then stick with that for a solid 6 months before you try something else. So that's one of the things that I learned. Okay, go all in on one strategy. Third, don't overwhelm yourself by trying to be in multiple places at once. So that kind of goes with point number 2, where I was trying to do being in multiple places at the same time. You know, blogging, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and you can't do everything at once, especially when you're a beginner, because it's just a huge learning curve, and you're gonna have to start learning a ton of things, and it's gonna be overwhelming. So you need to pick just one place where you want to be seen. So if you feel comfortable doing YouTube videos, or that's easier for you, then do that. Do YouTube videos. If you don't want people to see you and it's easier for you to just post pictures or do reels or whatever, do Instagram. If you love writing, and that's probably the easiest way for you because you don't know how to edit, you don't have the equipment, you don't know how to do that, you don't want people to see you, then do blog post. So, but pick one and just go with that. Again, 6 months to a year before you start tackling other things, before you start going into other platforms, etc. That will help either your channel grow faster or get more traffic to your website faster. So you'll see results faster than if you're trying to spread yourself thin over so many platforms. And that was one of my crucial mistakes, because I was trying to grow everything at the same time, and it was just I was not seeing the growth that I wanted on all platforms because I just didn't have the time. It's just one of me, and I couldn't do everything at the same time. So that was one thing that I learned. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to be in multiple places at once. Now, fourth thing, go towards the signs of life. So this means that if you see something that looks like it's working with minimal effort, then focus on that. Go towards that. So, for example, in my case, I told you previously that I was seeing that people were buying my online courses, and they were buying like my online courses for painting, but I was not really focusing and putting my attention on that website. And so I started seeing those heartbeats, you know, those signs of life on my painting website, and not a lot of signs of life on this keto website. And so that's when I decided I should have paid attention to those signs of life earlier, and I should have jumped into the painting website sooner than I did. But I just was ignoring it, and again, I was trying to be everywhere and trying to make a lot of things run at the same time, not realizing that I was just hurting myself, hurting my business. And yeah, you were asking, how did I have time to create? Oh my gosh, I did not have time to create. Like, I was doing stuff super late at night. I was literally like working on my website all day, trying to work on my art at night. So I would go 2, 3, 4 in the morning doing stuff. And so I was constantly being also very tired because I was trying to make this profitable, but at the same time I was not being very intelligent in the way that I was doing it. So yeah, not very savvy in that way. So let me see. One more thing that I have a few more things that I learned. Number 5, observe how profitable businesses do things and learn from them and model your sales pages, your tactics, your ads according to what you see them doing. And just add your own twist to it, but model everything according to what they're doing, because if they're making money, they must be doing something right. So if they're saying something in a particular way, try to, grab that headline and twist it and make it fit with your own niche, and make it, try to make that, or get that headline from their sales page to fit into your sales pages. So always learn from the people that are making money. Like, try to see who is in your market, who is doing the same thing that you're doing, who looks like they're actually being profitable in what they do, and then try to see what they're doing right. What are they doing? How are they presenting? Where are they hanging out? Do they have a website? Are they just doing YouTube videos? Are they hanging out on Instagram? Are they in certain Facebook groups? Like, try to figure out what they're doing. Not like stalking them, but really like observing what they do really closely, okay? So if you find someone in your niche that is profitable, save that person, save that website, and just examine it, examine all the details that you can, because whatever they're doing is making them money. So you just have to add your own twist to whatever it is that they're doing so that it fits your own particular style. But try to model everything with what they're doing. So that's one thing I learned. And another thing I learned was invest in yourself. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So invest in yourself. So at first I wanted to do everything just free and cheap. And let me look at the chat, just make sure no one has any questions. Oh, it looks like you have a great start here. My husband is now more of a believer, yes. He still nags at me sometimes. He still wants me to get, I have a job, a part-time job, but he still wants me to work for a big corporation. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think he just feels more secure, more, he's just not that entrepreneur, and he doesn't have that spirit, the business type spirit. So he still bugs me with, or still tells me once in a while that, oh, in a few years you should get this big job at a big corporation, hospital. And I don't tell him no, because I know, like, I've just learned to keep it to myself and just kind of hear it and then dismiss it. Because I'm going to share a secret with you. My idea is that I want to prove him wrong. And I'm doing this to prove him wrong, that it is possible to make money online. And right now he's already being a little bit more of a believer, because I am making more money online. I am selling courses, every week, making money, selling my products with, I have another website, the enchantingfineart.com website, which I forgot to mention. I didn't mention it because it's not a failed website. It's just more of a side website to my loveacrylicpainting.com website, because they kind of work together. On one website I share all my blog posts, all my tips for painting, but then on the enchantingfineart.com website, I sell the embellishing products, the physical products, the things that can help you make your paintings beautiful, that will help you make your paintings enchanting. And on the Love Acrylic Painting website, I share the how-tos, the courses on how to do it. So they're working in conjunction, and they're just kind of, I feel like they're part of one another. But that's why I forgot to mention it. But that one is also another website, and so I'm making money from that website as well. Still not a ton, because that's a pretty new website that I opened up in February or March of this year. But I'm going there. I'm working on it, and at least I think I know what I'm doing. At least I feel a lot more confident in what I'm doing, and I have a vision of where it is that I want to go and more of a clear path of how to do it. But yeah, my husband, again, he still wants me to get a bigger job because I feel it's more of a feeling secure. And being an entrepreneur is just so the income is not very stable. So I think that's his major reason. But right now for me, it's a race. I need to make this profitable, and I need to show him that I can do this full-time with no part-time job, that this is going to be my full-time job. And I have about a year to do that, about a year. So for me, it's a race. And let me tell you why a year, because right now, I still don't have, I don't have the social security number to work legally, so I can work as a contractor, but I still have about a year before that number is issued. And so my husband he wants me to work for this big hospital once I get that social security number, and that's not my plan. I want to prove him wrong, and I want to let him know that, hey, I'm going to make this work before that year is up. And so I'm determined to make this work and be out of my part-time job in less than a year. So we'll see how that goes. Hi Sandy, I saw you in the chat. Welcome. I'm super glad you made it, because you've said you've missed some of my previous live videos. So I'm super glad you made it, at least for some of the last tips and things that I've learned from all of my failed businesses. And if you don't know about my failed businesses, you need to rewatch the video, because Julia can tell you, she's been here, and it's a ton of websites that I've opened up, and a lot. I counted them; they were 11 failed businesses that I dabbled with at the same time that I was trying to make this Love Acrylic Painting website grow and this channel grow. So again, finally, I decided that in 2020, what year did I say? Yeah, 2021, February 2021, that I was just going to focus on the Love Acrylic Painting website, and that was it. I was not going to get distracted by other niches, other things, okay? I'm focused and determined to get to where I wanted to be in less than a year. So let me tell you the other thing. Oh, I was talking about investing in yourself. So at the beginning, I wanted to just do everything the cheap way. That's why I got the blogger.com blog. And then I got the, hi Oodles of Doodles, how are you? Thank you for joining. Hopefully these tips are helpful for all of you guys that are wanting to build a website or make money online with your art. So I did this. I also got the Wix website because it was just like a free website. But again, it was not until I invested in actually getting a hosted WordPress website, and I invested in some tools for like getting my email list together and sending out emails, and just different tools that I needed to make my WordPress website work the way that I wanted, you know, the tools that I needed to sell my courses and all of that. It was not until that time that I started to see a profit. It was not until that time that I started to actually see the success. And so I would highly, highly, highly suggest that you invest in yourself as soon as possible. If you still have a job, like, you know, save a little bit of that money and invest in a website. Invest in tools that you think are necessary. Like, I'm not saying go spend money on everything, but, you know, do spend a little bit of money in at least your own website. And then from there on, you can, if you're planning on selling like physical products, then invest in opening a Shopify store. But you need to if you need to keep working, like do that, like on the side, but at the same time start working on your dreams, and start investing. You know, get a little bit of money from that job and put it into your online business. Let me see what other comments I have, because I saw a few comments by Oodles of Doodles. I'm at work, still on break. Oh, that's awesome. Hopefully you get to see a little bit more of this video. I should be done almost pretty soon. I just have a few more tips that I need to share with you. And then what else did you say? Oh, I tried to put up a video on my YouTube channel and have a claim against me for the music. Yes, you'll have a lot of those come up if you don't use copyright-free music. And I have an absolute website. It's called, I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna share that with you because that was a lifesaver for me, because the music is free. They have absolutely awesome music, and as long as you just credit the creator, you can use it. And that is just amazing, because they have this very amazing, not just generic music, it's amazing music. So I'm just trying to remember. I probably can't remember the name of it, but once this video is done and I can edit it, come and check the description box below, and I'll leave a link to that video, that website where you can get all these music for your YouTube channel. So yeah, invest in yourself. Whether it's yeah, maybe, let me see if I don't know if I could message you. I could try to message you through the I don't know how. Maybe you'll have to leave a comment directly, not on the live chat, but maybe just on the regular comment section for this video, and I can reply to that, because I don't think I can reply to a live chat comment. But if you leave a regular comment down below, I can reply to that, and then I can just send you that link directly. So invest in yourself. Cheap is not always better. And so the other thing that I learned was, do not expect immediate results. This is a long time. It's a game that takes a long time. Expect to be working on your website at least 6 months before you start seeing decent traffic coming into your website, before you start seeing a little bit of income trickling here and there. Like, don't expect immediate results. This is not a game that you can just play and get results tomorrow. It has to be built with time. Expect 6 months at minimum, and then from there on, give it at least 2 years to actually start seeing some really decent results, where you can start actually seeing like, oh, I can actually make this my full-time job. I can actually leave my job and make this and like focus on this, and I can make this profitable. So work on it 6 months minimum to start seeing some results, and then 2 years to actually like start seeing some traction and start seeing your business move along the way that you want it to move. And from there on, it's just going to grow exponentially. Like from there on, it's just at the beginning, it's going to be more of a slow growth, but as time goes by, it's just going to grow exponentially. So just keep that in mind, okay? Don't expect immediate results. And then another thing I learned was that you need to evolve and adapt as things change around you and change in the online space. A lot of things are going to change, and if you don't know how to change or pivot, you might just fall behind. So you might see, I don't know, try to think of a good analogy here, but what I'm trying to say is just be ready to pivot if things change. For example, here's a good example. COVID happened, and I was doing a ton of physical classes, parties, where I would go to people's homes and we would do these paint pouring parties, and that was great. But then COVID happened, and now people were not calling me for me to go and do these paint pouring classes. So I had to pivot, and now I had to go and decide, well, maybe it's time to do more YouTube videos. Maybe it's time to start doing more YouTube courses. Online courses, and start offering other stuff online. So that's what I mean. You need to be prepared to change and pivot if things around you or online change. Also, do not listen to the naysayers, especially family members and friends. Yes, you heard me say that with my husband, because I had such a hard time with him. Such a hard time. I at times felt like crying because I just did not feel his support. And I expected to feel his support the most. And he's the one that, to my eyes, he failed me, because he was the one that believed in me the least. Because maybe it's not that he didn't think I could not do it. It was just that he just didn't think it was possible. And so him saying those things were so hurtful. And if I had heard him when I was not making money online with my keto stuff, if I had heard him and just stopped, I would not be making money right now. And I would have just said, well, making money online is not, you can't make money online. It's just a lie. Only the super intelligent people or the super rich can make money online. I can't do it. But it was not because I couldn't do it. It was just because I stopped before something that I tried was profitable. So don't listen to the naysayers. Keep going. If you have to switch and pivot and change niches, do it. Do it. I had to let go of something that I thought was going to be profitable and that I had worked so hard for, but it was just not being profitable, and I had to let it go, and I had to pivot and work on something else. But if I hadn't done that, if I had just given up because I was just not making money, then I would not be here right now. So do not listen to the naysayers, especially when it's family and friends. My hubby said, babe, I think you found your niche. Wow, that is awesome. Thanks for not giving up. Yes, so do not give up. Do not listen to any of those negative comments, and do not listen to the negative YouTube comments as well. Those can hurt, and it's not good. Don't listen to those. And the last thing I learned was that you will fail many times. Many times. Many. So just don't give up. That's my last thing I learned. Because still, I learned this from Miles Beckler. Again, I'll keep mentioning his name because he's my mentor, and I actually spent some time in his membership group, and that's where my group, my website and my business started to actually take off. It was when I invested, again, the investment part comes in, when I invested in paying for his membership so that I could get his knowledge and his advice and his encouragement to keep on going. He was the mentor that encouraged me to not give up and to keep on going, even though my husband was being a little bit negative. So that is one of the things that I have to be so thankful to him, is that he kept encouraging me to keep trying new things, keep testing new things, gave me new ideas, and did not allow me to give up. And so even though he has a very, very good, profitable business, he and his wife, they both have separate businesses and they're very profitable. They both have said that they failed many times, and they keep failing, even though they're I would consider them experts in what they do. They still have plenty of fails. They might launch a product that they think it's great, and then it'll fail, and he'll be like, oh well, I'll try a new thing. That failed, but I'm gonna try a new thing. And he doesn't give up because he knows that he has many failed products, and out of those many failed products, one will just, it will just blow his mind when that product starts selling. And so he knows that a failure doesn't mean anything. It just means that that thing didn't work, and so that my audience doesn't want that. Let me just, try something else. Let me look at the chat here. Oh, you posted. Okay, let me look at the things. Thanks for not giving up. I won't. My hubby says I have too many canvases sitting around. Yes, me too. I try not to buy supplies and so much because I have so much laying around, but it's just an addiction. I love painting. I posted my paintings on Facebook and sold. Oh, let me see. What did I? And sold painting. It was one I liked the least. See, there you go. Like, sometimes we think that what we like is what our audience would like, and some of the times it's not. And so we just have to learn how to listen to our audience and try to figure out what it is that they really, really want, and then give that to them. You even try talking them out of it so they wouldn't buy your art. Don't talk people out of it. Let them buy it. If they like it, it's great. Like, it just means that they're seeing something that you're not seeing. Sometimes we are our worst critics. I'm so glad you're here with us and that you didn't give up. Nice to meet you, Sandy. Oh, there you go. Yeah, really, Sandy, nice to meet you, ladies. What's your name? Because I just see oodles of doodles by, oh, Evie. Okay, never mind. I saw it. Thanks for coming and stopping by, Evie. Hope you have a good day. And yes, trust the process, and I hope to see you in one of my upcoming videos as well, or all my videos. So anyways, yes, trust yourself. So let me just go over a really fast recap of the things that I learned. Pick a niche, run with it. Don't get distracted by shiny objects. Second thing, go all in on one strategy and go with it again 1 to 2 years. Do not, 6 months at least with that strategy, and do not add anything else until you actually have done that for a good solid 6 months to 1 year, before you start adding other things to your strategy. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to be in multiple places all at once. Just pick one place where you want to be seen. Go towards the signs of life. Wherever you see that, something is saying, hey, this might work. People might want this. People are commenting or loving this. Then, try to figure out why. Why is that working? Why are people loving it? Why are people buying it? And then just, try to focus on doing more of that. Do more of that. Do more of the things that show signs of life. Observe how profitable business do things and learn from them. Which number am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Invest in yourself. Okay, cheap is not always better. Don't expect immediate results. You have to be patient. Give it at least 6 months to see a little bit of traffic, to see a little bit of success. Easy, expect 2 years to actually start getting some, decent income. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You need to evolve and adapt as things change around you and in the online space. 9, do not listen to the naysayers, especially family members or friends. And 10, you will fail many, many times, but don't give up. So those are the things that I've learned so far. I know this was a super long video, but like I said, I had tons of failures, tons of things that I learned and that I wanted to share with you guys so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did. So thank you so much. I have to run now. I have to go pick up my daughter from school. Thanks, Sandy, for being here, and Evie, and who else was here? Julia, and anybody else that was here and just didn't hop on the chat. Like, welcome to my channel. Hope this video was helpful. I'm going to be doing these TBH Thursdays, every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I call them TBH Thursdays because they are the to be honest Thursdays. And so they're just going to be informal chats with you guys, and I'm going to answer any questions you might have during the first few minutes if people are hopping into this live chat. And then after that, I'll just go into the topic that I chose for that day. So hope to see you next Thursday, and in my upcoming videos, my creation videos on not every Sunday, but most Sundays, I'll have a creation video up. So I have a super fun Halloween project coming up. I'm super nervous because it's a big project and I have no clue if it's going to turn out. I'm still thinking about the process and how I'm going to go about it. Yes, Andy, it's 3 p.m. Eastern Time. No, 3:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time, my time. But yeah, I have this super fun Halloween project that I'm hoping to get it done before October, so that you guys, if you want to do it, you can have enough time to do it yourselves. But like I said, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because it's a little bit of a big project, and I don't know if it's gonna turn out as expected. So we don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be a fail or not, but I'll still share it with you if it's a fail, and kind of tell you what you can do to make it better. So I'll see you soon. Thank you, Sandy. Thanks everyone, Evie, Julia, and everyone else. I'll see you soon. Bye.